Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Question of the Day. I'm your host, Tony Roberts, and this is the show where all voices and opinions matter. Question of the Day. Just like everybody else in America, I saw the video of 5 black police officers kill a black young man. Disturbing. I'm sorry that this happened to this young man. I'm sorry for his family. His son has to grow up without a father. And these officers get to go home to their families for right now. Why is it that being a police officer in America is this difficult? You swear to protect and to serve, and yet we keep seeing people dying by the hands of police officers. Now, I'm not on here to bash any police because I have many friends that are police officers who are doing great things in the community. So I'm not on here to bash officers. I'm just on here to state facts and to ask questions. And I definitely want everyone to share this, and I would love to hear your comments. Here's a young man driving his car. He stopped. No apparent reason. Months ago, I said driving has become more dangerous than being at war. Because when you're pulled over, you don't know if you're going to live or die. To hear this young man scream out for his mother brought tears to my eyes. To watch this video and see these black officers conducting themselves like this, very disturbing. Now in America, we see this is not about black and white. This is about the badge and that blue uniform. See, many people, when they get authority and power, they can't handle it. So what they want to do is enforce their authority on people, beat people up, and don't abide by the law. See, the law is in place for a reason. If you pull someone over for a violation, the first thing you do is you ask for the license and registration. You identify yourself as the officer and you tell the person why you're stopping them. But when you get to dragging people out of a car, assaulting them, beating them up, and then murdering them, you're no better than the murders and killers that's roaming the streets today. Imagine this. Black officers killing a young black man. Question. Does this hurt the community where people don't trust the officers even more? Does this make policing even more difficult? People, what can be done for better policing? It's interesting to me how when you apply for jobs, they do a background check. And some jobs do credit checks. I wonder if they do a mental illness check. Because being a police officer can be very difficult. Crime is at an all-time high. But that doesn't give you the right to murder anyone, especially a young, innocent black man. Tyre Nichols, 29 years of age, man has a job working at FedEx and aspiring to be a photographer, a father, a son. See, many times officers assume black drug dealer, black criminal. And now 5 officers have to answer for this young man's death. Those 5 officers' names are Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills Jr., and Justin Smith. Remember those names. When this trial began, it is no way these men, because I heard 3 of them already are pleading innocent. Thank goodness for the body cams to capture all of this, to show that this young man did nothing wrong. He did not resist. He did not try to grab for one of the officer's gun, because I heard one of them say, he reached for the gun. We don't need to play these games, but this is what this officer chose the line say. This young man was respectful. All he was trying to do was make it home. And here we go again. How many more men and women need to die by the hands of police officers who don't respect the badge and their job or people? Protesters. This is disturbing. I hope that this sparks a big symposium around the world where we come up with a solution for better policing. This is unreal. To watch that video as a father, tears, disturbing. How can you not get emotional when you hear this young man screaming for his mother? I just don't get it. And then he tries to run like anybody would do, trying to save their own life by trying to get away from these people that are trying to hurt you. And they tase him. And then not to render this man no help. Well, again, disturbing. Justice will prevail. Justice will prevail. I pray for each one of you officers who decided to take matters in your own hands and be the judge and jury and kill this young man. Because what God has for you, you have no clue. You took this young man's life. Now this young man's son has to grow up without his father. I pray that they have mercy on your souls. If any of you had a heart, you would admit your guilt, take your punishment like a man, and apologize to this young man's son and his whole family. Because in this situation, officers, all 5 of you were wrong. I watched this video in its entirety. Not near one of you tried to stop what was happening. Sad. People, I ask that we all come together and continue to pray for this young man's family. Continue to pray for people in society who are stopped by police, and pray that the police officers be more respectful, get better training, and treat people like human beings. This type of behavior is unacceptable. There's no reason Tyre Nichols should be dead today because these police officers decided to assume that this young man did something wrong and then to take his life. You talk about monumental. This was monumental. This was worse than the Rodney King beating. To see 5 black men do this to another black man. But we say Black Lives Matter. This is why we, as a culture, can't blame nobody but ourselves, because we choose to continue to hurt one another, whether you're wearing a badge or whether you're in them streets. Totally unacceptable. Question of the day. What are you going to do to become better as a person, a human being? What can we do or you do to help others so that this doesn't happen again?